What's up, friends? Welcome. We're playing frickin' Ugin. It's not funny. It's cool. All right. Ugin, Eye of the Storms. This is a really, really sweet deck list that went 7-2, came in 4th place in a challenge over the weekend. And this is a mono-white control deck, which is we've seen before, right? You know, lay down arms, removal spells, wraths, beza, etc., etc. But rather than try to play the whole Caretaker's Talent, token, whatever thing, it's just playing mana and Ugin. We're talking 4 copies of Ugin, Eye of a Storm, which is a very, very powerful Magic card. 7 mana for a Planeswalker, 7 loyalty, cast trigger, exile something, plus to draw cards and gain life. And then if you ever play more artifacts or colorless things, you get to exile more things. Often the problem with this card, where I've seen this card in Standard a lot, and just like a Golgari ramp deck with no other colorless cards, playing more colorless cards is what really breaks this card. And there aren't a ton in this deck, but there's enough to kind of get things going. We got 4 copies of Hedron Archive, which is a card that's in Standard. It's actually in the Foundation's, I think it's in the starter kit, which is awesome. This card's a really fun card. Big ramp card here. Also some card draw late in the game. We got Iron Crag, the only true mana rock in the format, and then 4 Maze Mind Tome, a card I'm very, very fond of, that also plays very well alongside Archive, where you can go Archive on 4 and still use the mana for something, which is great. Late on Arms, Get Lost, to get the idea. Only one Lockdown here. Is a little awkward with Maze Mind Tome, but Lockdown's really good. I think this is a card you need to play more than one of in this format, but we'll see how it goes, how it shakes out. 4 Beza, not messing around. I'm a big Beza fan. This card's really, really good. And of course, everything's very red focused right now, so that's pretty good. And then 4 Overlords as well. So we see 4 Authority in the board. One also awkward thing about Lockdown is it plays pretty poorly with Authority, and Authority is very good against the Izzet decks too. So it's obviously, the deck is very cognizant of the red matchup. Just trying to go a different route, whatever. But 4 Authority's a lot. But Stonebrain, Realmbreaker, get the idea. The deck looks really, really fun, and we're going to try it and give it a spin. Brought to you by
Cool Stuff Inc. is proud to sponsor Jim Davis. We offer great deals on card games and more. Get a free token featuring Jim Davis and take 5% off your next order if you use the code JIM5 at checkout. CoolStuffInc.com. Cool stuff in stock.
All right, we are coming in here on the play, chat. Come hang out with me. And YouTube folks, don't forget to take a second. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. If you like the content, you like what I'm doing here, happy to see me back in action, hit those buttons. So, we got our Lockdown alongside Maze Mind Tome and Iron Crag. Luckily, we have a turn to decide if I want to play that. They're in a mulligan here. All right. Bobby 1-up. It's me, Mario. Oh, my Luigi button is gone. I gotta fix the soundboard, folks. Soundboard, what am I doing over here?
I'm stupid, you're smart.
Planes go. They play a Forest. Yes, they go. Alright, so I think Forest has me happy just playing the Iron Crag here. And then we can Maze Mind Tome, draw, or it's Overlord. Draw the Overlord in the play is pretty good too. Card's obviously pretty awesome. What's up, Vlad? Blue, green, up the Beanstalk. So this is either the weirdest domain draw of all time or some sort of weird brew. Either way, I'm stoked to just Overlord, so.
Spawn more Overlords.
Get some bodies in play, get the Impending going, and then we can draw some cards with Maze Mind Tome and go from there. Domain does play 1 Forest and 1 Island. They do not play Land Waste, though, so I think this is the Dragon deck. It's like a Sultai Beanstalk Dragon deck floating around, which is kind of a cool deck, honestly. Plays like the Dragon Counterspell, Saga Wildling, the Dragon Removal Spell, the dragon that like -X for non-dragons, and so on and so forth. It does actually have a lot of copies of the Omen dragon that is 2 mana to kill a creature power 3 or less, 5 mana dragon that can disenchant. Obviously very good against us disenchant wise, but alright, so you missed a land, unfortunately. We're gonna see it nowhere to run. Sure. That's great for us. So we're going to cast Maze Mind Tome and draw a card here and try to find a land. Lands are obviously the most important part of the recipe here. Got to make some land drops. Our Lockdown is looking pretty bad on this board. And we don't draw a land. Not ideal, but sure. They play a Restless Cottage, and we draw another non-land. Alright, attack for 2. And then we need to decide if we're going to play another Overlord or not. It's try and draw a card. I got to scry it, I guess, but that's bad, I think. So play another Overlord or draw a card. I should play another Overlord. Worst case here, they have the Dragon Wrath to wrath them, but like that's just fine, whatever. They're going to Rashaka's Bargain, which of course is a 3-mana spell, triggers Beanstalk. Must be nice. Top 4, 2 in the hand, 2 in the graveyard. Stock up. There's a lot of stock ups standing right now. This card, the new Jeskai Saga. So they're going to be in land and Fable Passage. More Overlords for me. Pendings go off. I mean, this is a pretty fast 6/6. It's kind of cool. It's also a good amount of pressure in play, too, so. It is cute that there are a number of card draw spells that get on shoulder, but they're going to doppelgang my Overlord. Sure, that's fine. Not that bad, honestly. Like, we can just kill it or whatever, and the moths can fight. We're gonna scry here. I really hate scrying with Maze Mind Tome. I think people scry way too often with this card, but we need to find a land here, so it's late on arms. Ship that, and then I decide I'm gonna upkeep scry or not. We are not. We're just gonna draw a card. Yeah, we'll just draw a card. So we draw a Day of Judgment. And go to me. So I think we're just gonna get lost, the Overlord. Casting a Wrath here is like, I guess we're about to have our own Overlord. Maybe we should just cast Wrath. I want to draw a card really badly, but maybe just Wrath, put our Overlord in play. It's going to be awkward to Wrath after the Overlord, so not drawing a card does suck. It does really, really suck. Missing these land drops is terrible for us. But yeah, Doppelgang is very good against us for sure. But actually, I'm changing my mind. We should draw a card here. We can't not draw. Gotta make some land drops. Draw a card. Another non-land.
Somebody's playing a prank on
That's
me.
actually unbelievable. Alright. We'll attack. And we're just gonna get lost this Overlord. We're gonna do it right now because they have counter spells in their deck probably. Dragon Exhale, so. This sucks. Honestly, we had a great start. We actually have not drawn a land since our opening hand. So here's 6/6. Frickin' Doppelgang. Main deck Doppelgang is kind of a bold choice in this format. There are obviously a lot of very fast decks, but it is, when it is good, it is very good in the matchup it's good in. Alright, it's the final land. They gotta deal with this Overlord and this Overlord, sure. So they cover up. They get to exile. It's kind of cute, exiling this for 6 evidence. I imagine they'll select my Overlord, which is bad for us. I mean, we get to try and draw land, I guess. And then they get Ugin, so that's kind of an important part. So they got a full grip here. Obviously, Beans is doing the Beans things. We draw a land, cool. Field for the cottage isn't too bad. Let's draw. Yes, definitely a Spell Pierce format for Doppelgang too. I agree with that. It's a little sketchy, but all right, we'll just play lands to go. We'll just field this cottage and, you know, just kind of keep playing our game, build up to Ugin. Opponent's like is cool. I agree. We've seen this like a few times already. Definitely this list is a little different. Cornucopia is a little weird too, but there's Cornucopia. And here's another. What is this? Roost Seek.
It's an omen.
Get a land. And play Glimpse the... Damn. They are rampant, folks. They have double the lands we do. And another Beanstalk. Ugh. Alright, well... The problem is we're going to cast Lockdown, but then they're just going to freaking destroy it and draw 2 more cards. Which is rough. Rampin' Randall. How do they win? A variety of dragons. Alright. Get a Plains. draw Lay Down Arms. So we have Archive. Our Overlord is coming off this turn. 1, 2, 3, 4. We can Archive into Lockdown and nukes all of this stuff. Again, if they have a way to destroy the Lockdown, though, it gets really, really bad for us. We just, like, don't have anything else to do, though. Like, obviously, like, this is the classic, like, you know, control deck versus control deck problem. We should have 1,000 kill spells in our hand. But I think we're just going to do that. Cast Archive, cast Lockdown. We hit our own Iron Crag, too, which kind of sucks, but... yeah. Say go. We have an Overlord. They have to deal with the Overlord, too, I guess, right? So, like, they got to deal with the Overlord and the Lockdown. We do have 4 Ugin in our deck also. So there's, you know, that's a pretty good thing for what's going on here. Six cards. They probably only have 1 Doppelgang, too. So, like, the fact they've already used that, they're about to Doppelgang me twice now, right? Doppelgang X equals 2.
Anyone home?
Hello? Bobby 1-up. Let's go. Yeah, they have the Doppelgang. All right. I mean, playing 2 Doppelgangs in your main deck in the standard format is one of the bolder decisions you can make, I think. But whatever, I guess. Sure, you got me. So then I have 6 mana available. Doppelganging an Archive is pretty cool. Yeah, this is like the Monstrous Rage, Spell Pierce, you know, Monsters of Spear format, but that's fine, sure. Alright, so we draw Plains. I mean, we're going to attack in Wrath, which I think is reasonable. They have a slight mana advantage. These are also cards, too, so... Lock in with 3? Really? I mean, in theory, we could, like... Yeah, it's just too hard to deal with both these Overlords. This is fine, whatever, sure. Yeah, live your life, you know? They're having fun. Magic, of course, isn't always about winning. It's also about having, you know, enjoying yourself and enjoying the things that you're playing and doing. Yeah, we'll leave Mirrors. So we could, like, tap 4 Plains, leave up Mirrors and Archive. Yeah, we're going to do that, actually. In case they have a way to destroy the Archive. They could have a counterspell here. But nope. I guess they couldn't because it's pay 4, so... Alright, so they go. They pop onto the Archives and draw some cards. We are obviously monumentally behind this game. We missed a bunch of land drops. We missed a bunch of land drops, and then they've resolved 2 Doppelgangs so far. So winning this game would be quite the notch in our belt. We have 6, 8 mana. They have a full grip, and they have a lot of mana. Here's a Kellen Inquisitive Prodigy. Sure. Make a map and play Kellen. Kellen is also kind of good against us. What artifacts? I mean, we're just going to, like, lay down arms it, but... RC results will be on MTG Melee. Good luck navigating their site. And they got 5 cards. And... Sure. Do I want to stack the Archive? I think I do. Honestly, I'm just going to draw 2 cards. I don't think a Might's very good on this board. Because we might lay down arms attack. Yeah, sure. Alright, fine. Make a Might. And draw land. Lay down your arms. It might be good. Coming in. There's Poppy Archive now, actually. You don't matter to make a Might anyway. You can draw some things you want to do. Maze Mind Tome, etc., etc. Or, if you hear me out, maybe another Archive. Alright, I want a Might. Let's just go. With a handful of kill spells, the mites are kind of threatening, so... Granted, they have 3 more cards on the table, with the clue and the 2 in the archive, 2 cards in the archive. Crack the clue, draw a card. We just played the freaking mill deck. The mill deck would have been insane against their deck. Wasn't very good otherwise, but... Alright, so here's Cornucopia. I do like Cornucopia, I'm a fan. Bargain gain 6? Sure. Thankfully, this game's not really about life totals, so... Yeah, we have Ugins in our deck, like, somewhere, you know? Somewhere in there. Maybe. Possibly. Hopefully. Maybe.
You didn't say the magic word.
Please. Alright, they're gonna hardcast a Sagu Wildling. Gain 3 life. You got it. I think they have 3. What percent chance does my opponent still have a copy of Doppelgang in their deck? I want a number. What percent chance? Chat, YouTube comments. What percent chance they still have another? They have a 3rd Doppelgang. It'd be kind of preposterous, I think. Math guy Kith says 10%. I think 10% is a pretty good guess. All right. We are going to play land. We're going to play Hedron Archive. We're going to play Maze Mind Dome. We're going to draw a card. And we are going to lay down arms to the Wildling, and we're going to attack for 2 poison. Like, I think playing 2 main deck is pretty crazy. So if you're like that crazy, you probably just play 3, right? Like, at some point you just like accept who you are, just, have a good time and go nuts, you know? So. We've not drawn Ugin yet, no. We are almost halfway into our deck. Here's an up the beanstalk. I don't like that. First time chatter undercaffeinated, it says 50-50. Either it's there or it's not. Bargain again. Alright. Maybe we'll deck them. It is so funny. We like literally just played a mill deck that would have destroyed this deck. Like, couldn't ask for a better matchup for the mill deck. Alright, so they've been Dreams of Steel and Oil, and they know where to run. They play Storm Chaser's Talent. Uh-oh. Well, they can definitely cast another Doppelgang, and they duress me. Yeah, we're gonna get smushed. Couldn't imagine a better card against a deck than Doppelgang, right? We're the no counterspell, like, slow control deck. I just couldn't imagine a better card. Alright, they return Doppelgang. They actually have infinite Doppelgangs, so they can just copy the talent and keep bringing it back. Yeah, not a good matchup for us, it looks like. We tapped Archive for this? What are you, insane? Why would you do that? Alright. We're going to play another Archive. This one's just going to draw some cards, I think. Still no Ugin to be found, but, like, I think we're, like, past the point of Ugin actually mattering. Alright, whatever. I probably should have attacked, but first. They have a spell, too. I'll just block either way. Alright. I mean, what are they copying with Doppelgang? Like, I mean, I guess they just, like, copy talent, archive, make a bajillion mana, and they can just keep looping it over and over again. So, like, trying to beat Doppelgang Starfish Talent without a clock or without counterspells is, like, basically impossible. Like, which is cool. You know, like, that's pretty fun. I guess they're actually not playing the dragons. They're just playing the wildlings. They haven't played a single non-wildling dragon. Alright, so they're going to cast Doppelgang. They're going to copy Mirix, Talent. That's it? Not even copying Archive? This is how we win. Just for 2? We got an audience. We got a crowd watching right now. This is embarrassing. If you're going to doppelgang, do it. All right. Let me draw Plains. Well, Plains did. Where should I pack this game? Should I give him one more turn? Should we give him, Chad, should we give him one more turn? And let him have a little fun? What do we think here? We'll draw a card. I don't know why it wants to tap this thing. Now I draw Ugin. I don't even want to show them Ugin, honestly. Like, whatever. We'll give them one more turn. They have one more turn with me. They can do whatever they want. I will not concede until the end of my next turn. Make it mine. Okay. I figure we're playing Ugin. Yeah, I mean, yes, but we also just like can't win the game we casted anyway. So, oh yeah, they search library too. Whatever, sure. Doppelgang X equals 3. This time targeting a Might, a Mirrex, and a Talent. I think copying an archive is like you just get the mana back, right? So, all right, so. All right. I suppose I could have guessed Ride's End in response, but they have infinite doppelganger. All right, we're going to pack it in here. All right. There you go. You had your fun. Let's hear it for our opponent. They had a good time. We can probably never beat their deck in a million years, but we're going to bring in Realm Breaker, 3 Stone Brains. Probably Exorcise and Disenchant. We got Lockdown. Cut a few of the Wraths. Could have run the play. Base is still pretty good, actually. Get Lost is a card I'm not interested in here. Ride's End is also not, like, great. Ghost Vacuum, like, literally only stops them recurring things with Stormchaser's talent, which I think is, like, pretty sketchy, honestly. So, let's cut a Ride's End and a Beza. I think Beza on the play is just a good Magic card. It's just often a 4/3 which draws a card, which is like totally fine. So yeah, let's do this. Chat's trying to figure out if we're the bad guy or they're the bad guy. We can keep this. Big question is, what do we name it? Stonebrain? Like, I guess their deck is so doppelgang. Center reach named doppelgang. It's a card we just can't beat in like a long game anyway. They scry on top. We're going to save Stonebrain till turn 4 anyways, so I'm just going to play the Maze Mind Tome here. There's a decent chance that we disenchant their beans. They have beans on turn 2. We aren't going to. It's cool. Okay. We're not going to scry here. Well, I want max value from the tome. Again, I think your average Magic player just definitely scries a tome way too much. We draw a Beza. It's actually a little awkward with the tome, because like normally we have to draw a card, but like if we're drawing cards with this, we won't. Yeah, it's fine. Just play a land and say go. Here's a land. Here's the cornucopia. That's fine. We will draw a card. The best part here is we have to just freaking look at their deck with Stonebrain, right? So it's better to protect the Stonebrain from disenchants or duress. That's a valid because I guess counter spells too. But we're gonna brain now. I kind of want to archive and draw a card. It's like pretty greedy though. It's good though. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep developing our board. Developing our board is so important. The Stonebrain is just like, it is like a tempo black hole. It's like your turn 4, forget about it. You didn't get one. You know, like. So now I guess I'll like keep developing, make a bunch of mana, make some land drops, draw some cards, and brain them at a later date. They're gonna tear asunder my thing, sure. Good exchange for us, I think. Draw land, cool. Raise your hand in chat if you're excited to look at the contents of their deck. They could have a counterspell here though, so maybe we should pump the brakes again. basically will not draw a card, and most counterspells would be like negate type counterspells. Let's play Overlord. Yeah, but the card we're naming is a card they wouldn't cast for like a really long time. And they could cast X equals 1 again, I guess, but no counterspell. And honestly, if they cast X equals 1 and we just Stonebrain them, I guess it's a good exchange for us. So that is true. Seeing their deck will help us decide who the villain is. They miss a land drop. Or do they? Hold on. Hold up. Donkey Punch. Reset, thanks so much. This town ain't big enough. Targeting Token and Cornucopia. Sure. Well, they're going to tap out. That's good for us, I guess. Yeah, they're definitely not playing the Dragon Baggage. I was wrong. No Scry. Yeah, I mean, drawing a card is really tempting, but yeah, I'm just gonna draw a card. I just think that developing your board is just so much more important. Damn it, we didn't draw land. All right, sure. Why not 5 mana bounce bolt insects? It does seem a lot better. Yes, it does seem a lot better. All right, there's land 5. They have 6 mana total. They're gonna. They're gonna Maelstrom Pulse my Maze Mind Tomes. Should have played around it.
Good old rock. Nothing beats that.
Pretty annoying. Top card's Overlord, sure. And once again, they could still have negate up. Alright. The thing about Doppelgang is it's only really good at 8 mana, you know, and they're missing land drops, so just keep applying pressure and saying go. We could also, in theory, name Deadly Cover up. We think we're gonna win with these cards. Here's a Stormchaser's Talent, sure. Could also name this town with Stonebrain. Or should I cast this down? Sure, that's fine. Okay, interesting. We still can't draw land. How many lands are in his deck? 25? That's it's probably a little light, actually, but alright, we're gonna attack. I would like to exorcise the talent before they can return. They've had 2 mana up for quite a amount of time, so they have another copy of this town ain't big enough. Alright, well, I'm going to play the saddest disenchant of all time. I really hate the fight that we've gotten ourselves into here, but it is what it is, I suppose. They have 2 cards left now. I have a Day of Judgment. I mean, our Overlord comes in this turn. Kind of hate it, but say go. Do that, say go. Here comes an Overlord. They got to deal with this, obviously. Yeah, what a brewski our opponent's got going here. Glimpse the core. Go get that forest. Get your forest on, friend. Draw land. So lucky. Alright, so we're going right to combat. That'll be a big indicator what's going on. They have a Terror Sunder. Sure. Alright, well, if their last card is a negate, so be it. I think at this point we're just going to cast our Stonebrain, so let's attack. And low mana base. They for sure have basics, like, so. Alright, so we are going to Stone Brain. We're going to name the card Doppelgang. The question for you, chat, is the line is 2.5 Doppelgangs. Do you want the over or the under on total copies in their deck? The line is 2.5 Doppelgangs. You want the over or the under? Over, under, over. Ooh, a lot of overs. I think I'm on the under. I'm going to say under on 2.5 Doppelgangs. Their hand is at duress. Wow. They had duress the whole time? They could duress my Stone Brain the entire time. Alright, here we go. It is 2. 2 is the answer. 2 copies of Doppelgang. So 2 Doppelgangs. They have a 1 River Regent, 2 cover-ups, 1 Wildling, 2 Jace, 2 Kellen, 4 Bargain, a Negate, Nowhere to Run, Glimpse, 4 Beans. They only have 2 total talents. Interesting. I feel like now the mystery's gone. It's a little less exciting, but sure. Alright. I cannot believe they had the duress the whole time. Like, actually just can't believe it. Alright, now they want to cast the duress. You got it, friend. It's all yours. We're not 0-2, right? What's going on here? It's our first match, right? Alright, draw an Overlord of the Mistmoors. So we attack for 2. I guess we just plot this Overlord as they go. Playing base is like, we're actually ahead on every metric, so we don't actually get anything, so we get 4 life, but... Oh, no, never mind. Yeah, we get 4 life, but... Alright. Sure. Yeah, this is our first game. What are we doing here? Crack a Passage. Sure. We draw the Stone Brain again. I mean, now the game's just over, so... What do y'all want to name Stone Brain this time? Oh, Deadly Cover-Up. Deadly Cover-Up. Alright, so... Now they got... Their only outs are effectively nothing. They should have no outs, so... Alright, take those. Name You're Already Dead. That would be gas. That would be pretty intense. To let them draw to cover up. Like, and just like say, name You're Already Dead. Alright. Overlords for days. They keep 2 cards better than Bargain and Glimpse. They play another Bargain. Yo, bro. Heard you like Bargain. Alright. Game 3. So they are really, like, long game, rampy. One that draws with base is a little worse. Ghost Vacuum. They don't really have any creatures either. Like, Ghost Vacuum would also be a win condition in a slow game. But, like, there aren't many creatures to actually exile. Dissection Tools, not very exciting. Wiltleaf Liege. They don't actually have a lot of way to kill a Wiltleaf Liege, right? Can I not see the... And, like, it's just a beater, you know? Is it supposed to... That's not right. Small, big. What is going on? Oh, man, we broke Arena again, folks. Oh, I can't sideboard. Oh, God. Oh, I can't. Okay, never mind. Dissection Tools is... We have Fountain Port deck? Wow. 2 long games, no Fountain Port. Tools is like... That's pretty sketchy. I guess, like, how much better is Liege than freaking Besa? Not much better. Get Lost, Disenchant, Exercise. I guess Late on Arms is terrible. Why is this card in our deck? Probably cut all of these, actually. Cut all Late on Arms. Leave the bases in. Bring in, like, the Lieges. Put the Get Lost back in, I think. I guess the Rats. I mean, the Rats, like, can mop up, like, a Doppelgang. So, yeah, it's cool. Sure. I mean, turn 2 Ironcrags to stones, right? Wonder if there are folks who have cast more Ironcrags than me. I put this card in like every brew. It's not my. This is not my deck, obviously, but all right. They have beans on turn 2. That's pretty good. We are going to Ironcrag. Definitely get a tome draw next turn. Hopefully, no disenchant on the Ironcrag. That would suck. There's no reason to Stonebrain early because none of the cards we're going to name are early cards. Yeah, what a loser. All right, sure. You know, we're going to name Doppelgang. They aren't cast until turn 10, so we draw Exercise. All right, we're just going to hit this Beanstalk. This sucks, but like, you got to take your medicine, you know? Next turn, we'll Maze Mind Tome, draw a card. Oh, stones, I get it. Overlord. Sure. I think we should make dudes. When it comes down to it, you just want to be on the board. You know, like... They're going to doppelgang me. That sucks. Maybe that was bad. Maybe I should have just Maze Mind. Like, our mana has been so awkward. If they didn't kill that, like, them killing that mana rock, like, threw our entire curve off by so much. Like, now if I cast this, I can't even cast anything. And, like, use it, too, because these are all cost 4 mana. Now I've already cast a Doppelgang, so playing a new Doppelgang is kind of irrelevant, too. We got 2 rats in our deck. Alright. I don't love this, but... Stonebrain's the worst. I hate Stonebrain. Alright, we're gonna... End step Scry. Probably draw on our turn. If I might have heard Overlord's pretty good. I think we played this game really badly. I think playing the Overlord there was like really, really bad. It's the only way to expose ourselves to Doppelgang. And like, we could have just played Maze Mind Tome and drawn cards instead. I think that was a big mistake. Alright. What do they have, like 1 negate in their deck, right? Because now we're pretty desperate for an answer for this. Now they have talent too. Alright. Please stop. Ironcrag can go. Six, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. They have 15 damage. Oh my god, man. This is so gross. Alright, we should have Scry. We need to draw Day of Judgment. Hate it so much. Love it so much. Have the 1 negate. Have the 1 negate. Have it. No? Alright. Now we're talking.
I'm in control here.
They do have, obviously, talent, plus they can start looping stuff, but like now we have time to do things, so. They didn't have blue open. Did they not have blue open? Whatever. Maybe they didn't. Oh, sorry. Well, even better. Even better. So they talent, and they can return like Doppelgang, I guess, but it's like super slow. So here's talent. We have time, and we also have an Overlord coming in too. So now we'll Stonebrain Doppelgang. We draw a land, which is actually gas, because now I can Archive and Stonebrain. I love that. So Archive, Stonebrain, name Doppelgang. Their hand's pretty good. This town, Jace and talent. Wow. Nothing changed from the previous game. It's pretty good. So we say go. We put an Overlord in play. Obviously, them bouncing Overlord's fine for us. They can just like buy back or they already bought back, right? Now they can use the second talent and buy back. The thing is that they want a permanent answer for the Overlord. I guess they already have this town on their hand anyway. So we might be honestly braining this town next turn. Stop the loops, and we're in no danger of decking. So most importantly, we have a lot of mana in play. I think that's the really important part here, where like we have enough mana to do all the things you want to do. Here's talent. Like they could return Terror Sunder and cast it on Overlord. I think they're probably going to do. Yeah, sure. And then we'll brain this town. I mean, clearly they just casted attack for 3, right? Well, we're already out of combat, so I guess not. Awesome. No scry. We draw another Overlord, guess. So combat, they tear asunder. Again, I don't know why they wouldn't just attack for 3 on their turn, but we'll take it. So we want to draw and brain this town. That stops all loops. These are also both leveled up already. And then we can just Overlord later and figure it out. Yeah, let's start there. So draw a card. Tapping. They have Cottage too. Sure, just draw a card. Draw Sunken Citadel. So tap 1, 2, 3. I still have 4 mana up, right? 1, done. Yep. Okay, so let's do that. Hit their Cottage. Let's get a Plains. And let's Stone Brain again. This has been the Stone Brain match of all time, right? Alright, this town ain't big enough. Oh, I do a dragon too? That's sick. Alright, there's this town. There's this town. There's this town. 3 this towns total. They only have 2 talents. They have 2 talents and 3 this towns. It's kind of weird. Alright, so they have a dragon, a Jace, and they're going to draw a card. Alright, but we are now... Alright, I mean, we're untapping into an Overlord. We got 4 life coming as well. They hard cast Dragon and just bounce both of these. We just cast the Overlord, which is pretty good, so... It also actually gives us more cards to draw off Tome, which is kind of cute, so... This card's great, though. I'm a huge fan of this card. I think it's really, really good. I think Instant Speed Sift is like just a really good card in general. In fact, it's also a good card at the front side, too, is big. Could bounce their talents. I mean, they could, I guess. That's kind of cute. Alright, they bounce both talents. Sure. That plays. We only have 1 Wrath left. Okay. That's fair. And now they can recur Terror Sunder. Might be dead here, folks. We might be dead. That's the thing about like this town engine is that like if you draw multiple talents, you can just go beat down so fast. That was our Pro Tour deck too. We played the Oculus deck with the talents. So if I cast Overlord, they just talent, recur, Terror Sunder, cast Terror Sunder, and attack for 3, 6, 9, and a 6, 7. I have 2, 2, 1 flyers. That's not very good for us. Drawing an Ugin, I mean, I guess like we could do that at some point, but probably not if we're being serious. We can like Tome, draw, and then just plot the Overlord. That seems a lot better actually. Because we it's gonna get removed anyway, so draw a card. It's not a Wrath. Alright. Imagine drawing an Ugin. Have we seen Ugin yet? We saw it on like the last turn of game 1, whenever we were already dead. Alright, fetch a land. They draw a bargain. That's a pretty damn good draw. As far as prowess goes, like 9, 15 damage. They just find our rule spell, we're dead. Man, losing to a doppelgang deck? Jeez. I bet they're so happy to not be playing against Monstrous Rage. Probably also has 5 matches to Steel Cutter Monstrous Rage decks. Now they're here in the gym bracket. Just like, ooh, I get to guess doppelgang. This is great. This is nice.
I bet you weren't expecting that one, God.
Glimpse the core. Okay. It's not a removal spell. Alright, well, we are going to stay alive here. Not looking good for the home team. We're at 6. If we draw an Ugin, just kidding. That's not a bad draw. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 mana. Sure, let's start here. Draw a card. We draw Get Lost. Can I... Once again, these are both fresh. There's no point in... there was no point in casting it, because they're going to have Terra Sunder, so... Can we archive? We can archive Overlord and Get Lost. That's awesome. I'm a big archive man. I think this card's dope. Let's tap better, though. Get Lost. Doppelgang's gone. We got him. Might not be dead yet, folks. Might not be dead yet. Maybe we'll actually find an Ugin, too. At some point. There's, that's another good draw. Alright, good roast for our opponent. Beanstalk here. Oh, we're just dead now, right? They should play two spells and kill us. We were dead no matter what. We were dead 10 ways till Sunday. Actually, just no way to even remotely be alive here. So, they just play 2 spells and kill us. Yeah. Alright, that's fair. I mean, we put up a pretty good fight, folks. Alright? I could not imagine a worse matchup for this deck than the Doppelgang deck. You know, like, and we never drew Ugin, and we still put up a good fight and almost won. I'm going to count that as an emotional support victory. I think his deck's sweet. We'll cast Ugin eventually, I promise. Alright, Ugin, where art thou? I knew it. I knew we were have multiple Ugins in our opening hand. I was 100% positive. 100%.
I look like a jackass.
We're keeping. I don't care. We're casting Ugin. Don't stop me. No, they doppelganged in that third game. We punted. We punted the third game, too. If we don't cast Overlord and want to have an Overlord, I think we're okay. But, whatever. It's fine. Alright, bring it on. Restless Anchorage. Okay. Oh my god. They're playing blue. I can draw. I might just fall asleep. Alright. Say go. Alright, they're not. Optimistic Scavenger. And then say go? Okay. This is interesting. This is the weirdest pixie draw of all time? Is this like just an eerie deck? Just an eerie deck. But what is going on, folks? What bracket are we even in? Like, what is happening? Combat research. Combat damage to a player, draw a card. And then if it's legendary, they get a buff. Alright, so that's fine. We have double get lost, so. They are coming in. No blocks. Alright, get lost. Shard Mage Rescue. Get lost. I don't even care if they have a stub way to stop us. We on top play lockdown. This is actually like an excellent exchange for us. So We take 4. They draw a card. We untap and cast Lockdown. And then to an empty board. Maze Mind Tome, too. That was gas. Play them in the right order, of course.
Waka waka.
And then we cast Maze Mind Tome. And so they go. Yeah. We'll scry end step. Just naked fear of isolation. Love it. No. And sheltered by ghosts. That is ambitious. All right. Eggs meat basket. We don't currently have an answer to this, which is kind of embarrassing. I guess we're gonna let's scry and step and see what we see. The Iron Crag. I don't actually hate that. Just more mana for Ugin. We could draw a card too. So go to main. We'll draw. Alright, land, Iron Crag. So it says Ward 2. We could just target the Shelter by Ghost, though, with the Ugin, and they can't protect it, really, so... Okay. This is...
I bet you weren't expecting that one, God.
All right. We just draw land and we win the game. That works too, actually. That's even better. All right. Well, I guess there you go. We do lot. I guess I should have. I screwed up.
Whoops. Whoopsie.
I should have retained priority and drawn a card off the Maze Mind Tome, but whatever. All right, they're going to Surgical Sweep back their Fear of Isolation and play a Hall Creeper, and we're going to draw a freaking third Ugin with 5 mana in play.
Don't worry. Don't worry. I'm not gonna do what everyone thinks I'm gonna do.
Yeah, our top card's obviously a land. I mean, I just didn't set the stop fast enough. I just, like, didn't think about it when I did it. This is unbelievable. All right, we're just dead on board, so...
It's over. We lost again. Let it go and
Actually
accept it.
unbelievable. There's no way to see our top card, right?
Dorm is here.
Yeah, you just full control. Both these cards are in play for a moment, and then you just activate them. But all right, I guess you win. Like opponents, drastically reckless behavior, not punished at all. We're gonna bring in Disenchant, Exercise. That's probably it, honestly. They're gonna have counter spells, which is kind of a little annoying, but like. I mean, Ugin has a cast trigger also. Ridiculous. What do we cut? I feel like we actually cut an Ugin, which is like, it's the like, just like not good against Spell Pierce and Mana Leak and stuff. And they're gonna have more some counter spells probably. Can't make the lockdown resolve before the artifacts. Yeah, you stack them. So like, or they just, the thing comes into play. Lockdown, Tome, and Iron Crag enter the battlefield, and then Lockdown triggers them a stack, and you can respond to it. So, unbelievable. I'm not gonna. Base is pretty good. The 4th base is like a lot. Sure. All right, on the play. All right, our hand is functional, and I'm happy. What a game. Our top card is obviously a Plains. Obviously, that missed draw costs the game, which is fair, you know, and I think it's important to recognize that you, you know, when you make mistakes, you lose. You deserve to lose when you make mistakes. It's totally fine. We're going to cast Ugin this game, folks. I guarantee it. Opponent's a Sheltered by Ghosts Maniac. Maze Mind Tome. Resolves. That's a big resolves, folks. I'm not gonna lie. Maze Mind Tome is a pretty big one. Doesn't matter of resolve. Still has cast trigger, you know. Here's a Silent Hall Creeper. They have 100% have the protection enchantment. We have double laydown arms. Alright, draw a card. Man, I love freaking Maze Mind Dome. Good stuff. So it's awkward because we can't do the whole, like, cast it, they protect it, we cast a response trick here, because, like, there's sorceries, but it's also only 1 damage at this point, so I would say Demolition Field's pretty good. Overlord can't block this anyway. I don't feel in a rush to do that. I might just draw a card to start, honestly. Let's draw a card. Let's get to land. Let's do this. Demolition Field. Basic planes check. Gets to land untapped, but we're gonna kill this anyway, so. And honestly, if they get an island, we know they have Spell Pierce, and then we can play around Spell Pierce, so. We also just cast Maze Mind Dome also. We're not in a huge rush here. We're at 20 life, so. They get an island. Wow. Alrighty then.
Get off my plane.
So it wasn't Spell Pierce or Shark or Rescue. Fantastic for us. That is a good one. Here's some Scavenger, sure. Remember Bankbuster? I do. I do. Let's draw a card. I do. I would think they have basic planes in their deck, but alright, and then we're going to play another Maze Mind Tome. Yo, bro. And we got Ugin on tap for next turn. Don't say I'm lying when I'm true. I do. Alright, here's a Optimus Scavenger, number 2. An Ethereal Armor, sure. We have 5, 6, we have 7 mana next turn. Opponent's the all-in king. It's the all-in moment. Draw a card. Exercise. Fountain Port. Okay. That's pretty good. Casting Ugin here is sketchy. It is a cast trigger, so but the thing is that it's a cast trigger. If they have a protection spell, they can save the Scavenger and then possibly attack the Ugin. We can't use the colorless to defend it, really. It does go to 9 loyalty, but we also have laydown arms. We also have exercise. You can just exercise the ethereal armor, which I think buys us a decent amount of time also. We also have the overlord. We have a lot of options here. I think I want to start with laydown arms. See what happens. Show me your rescue. Sure. So there's your rescue, which is fun. Get that out of the way. Some eerie counters. Oh, they're going really big here. That's interesting. Then I want to cast Exercise, I think. Targeting Ethereal Armor. So I guess it's actually less than I thought it was. Yeah, that was wrong. Sure. Let's pop an Overlord. Might have been better just to, like, draw and gain 4 than exercise that. That was a little... in my mind, I was just like, oh, Ethereal Armor, that's a lot of power, but, like, it actually wasn't. So, For 16. They're going to tap and go armor, kill me, or whatever. Opponent's just, like, the all-in master. Opponent puts the cards on the table and shoves. Exercise bad as a sorcery. I think Destroy Evil is probably better, but this list, this list is an event, so sure, it's great for us. All right, so they got one card left. We've got life on the table. Ugin in hand. There's armor number 1. And armor number... No armor number 2? Oh, come on. How am I going to say my opponents had it all today if they don't always have it all, you know? All right, down to 5. And we're gonna scry here. Just take our life and scry. If they have another Shard Mages, we probably lose. Archive. We have 4, 5, 6, 7 mana, 8 mana. That does allow for double triggers if it resolves. I'm gonna keep this. Either we kill this and they counter it, or they have Shard Mages and we cast another colorless card. So. Alright. We're going to play land. We're going to play Ugin. Cast trigger. Target the larger scavenger. I guess if their last card is sharp, is Tidebinder. Does that remove all abilities from Planeswalkers? This is unbelievable. So now I have a blank Planeswalker in play? Or is it on?
Fools have sown discord, and they shall reap mine.
The ability of an artifact creature or Planeswalker is countered this way. That permanent loses all abilities for as long as this creature remains in the battlefield. Oh, it was still a spell. Got it. That being said, we're still close to dead. We're alive. We're alive. I mean, they draw. I think they draw any enchantment. We're dead, but sure. All right. Well, whatever. Kill this. This shrinks the armor. So they have 7. Yeah. Any enchantment kills us. But sure. It's not a Planeswalker on a stack. Yeah, that's cool. That's a fun interaction. Any enchantment kills us. We did get the cast Ugin. It is true. It's not an enchantment. We're still alive. So here's Lorraine of the third path. We're going to end up at 2 life. They're going to kill the archive. We're going to draw a card in response. We got a lot of good draws here.
Oh, it's Lightning Helix! Oh my god!
Archive was in, the starter kit. I guess they killed Ugin here. That's still good for us. We're at 9. We still have Maze Mind Tome also, and Fountain Port. Yeah, it was gas. Alright, so just draw a card. So we're still casting Wrath here, obviously, but cast Wrath. And say go. With Ugin to follow. Alright, I think we've gotten there. I'm gonna make a treasure. Whenever you cast a colorless spell, yeah, sure. I'm sorry, I can't do math. Make a fish. Guess who's back? Back again. Ugin's back. Ugin has nothing to kill though. Why not Ugin over Wrath? Why Ugin over Wrath? They had 3 permanents in play and I had 1, right? Why not? How is Wrath bad there? I couldn't do both. I had 7 mana in play, and I had 3 colorless wouldn't be enough. All right, so we're gonna draw. And draw an Overlord. Sure, I think that's pretty good here, honestly. Just gonna cast Overlord. No permanent in play yet. We're 12 life. Phantom Interference, make it 2/2. All right, man. Sure. All right. Say go. This is, and Sheltered by Ghosts. All right. It's a somewhat sketchy card to have in their main deck, but sure. So we Ugin here. And we'll destroy the creature, we'll pay the ward, and that's going to be enough. Okay. Going into game 3. Anything changed for us? I don't think so. Sure. All right. On the draw for game 3. Looking for a win. Got a mulligan. Point of mulligans also, thankfully. I mean, all right, we're going to keep this. It's kind of a little sketchy, but... And I'm gonna keep the Ugin. We have the archive and the tome. What's up, hot? I'm doing better. Should probably bottom the Ugin. All right, I'm gonna bottom the Ugin. Gonna lose the crowd here, but bottom the Ugin. Say go. Oh, ow. Good. All right, land 2. The slow pace they're taking is very good for us. I don't like that they can probably counter my Maze Mind Tome, though. Maze Mind Tome's pretty damn important here. I'm just gonna say go. Hall Creeper, awesome. Oh my god, it's so nice. Oh man. Woo!
That is huge.
Alright, and now I get to go land tome. Them missing a land drop is unbelievably important for their counterspell plus pressure deck. Surgical Suite to return the Hall Creeper. Sure, we're gonna scry. We need a land pretty bad. That's not a land. We can afford to just draw a card though. If we draw a land, we can archive and then draw. If we miss, that's actually fine too. That's even better. That's honestly great. I would like to lay down arms the Hall Creeper, play Citadel and say go. And then we can end step draw Maze Bind Tome, and we're looking pretty great here. Silent Hall Creeper number 2. Yeah, I think this is already over, folks.
Somebody stop the damn man!
Draw Day of Judgment. Oops. Draw land. Lockdown. Okay. There's a Scavenger. They should just attack and draw. I don't think they're gonna make it bigger. We're not gonna draw. Jeez. We draw Besa. I mean, lockdown. We just draw off our 2 and then lockdown, right? Sure. If they have Spell Pierce, we can still draw land here. If they don't, great. Sure. This is fine. This guy's lockdown. Spell Pierce me. Honestly, it's fine. We have Wrath in our hand, and we have Beza and a whole bunch of other stuff going on too, so get it all out of here. The room will come back like double off. Like they have to open both rooms. They play Enduring Innocence. We have a bunch of mana here. 5. We have 7 mana for an Overlord. I'm a little tempted just to Ride Zen this. And not let them draw cards, but we can just cast Overlord, so. Play Overlord, say go. Alright, so pretty long games. We're going to call it there. Honestly, this deck's kind of gas. Like, I know that first match was like was really long and we lost, but like, yeah, we're going to lose to a Doppelgang deck. I don't imagine this deck would play against many Doppelgangs in the current standard format. And this deck has a good amount of removal, a pretty good top end. Like, it's got a good plan for red. Again, the lockdown count's a little weird. You know, this deck does seem a little soft to Steel Cutter, but then we have 4 Authority on the board also. So, I think I would change a few cards here or there. 4 Authority is a lot. I'd probably main a second lockdown. You know, maybe cutting like a Beza, but I don't even know, honestly. This deck's pretty sweet. Ugin's great. It's probably the best Ugin deck that I've seen. So, if you like Ugin, try this deck. Give it a spin. So, more to go on stream. You two folks, love you. Like, comment, subscribe. Peace.